Welcome back to iHeart Crypto, where I take you through my crypto journey. We just made a video last night on Bitcoin, and what do we get? Yesterday, we had said that we could be coming down, and in the grand scheme of things, you look at this little bounce, and it's not to say that we weren't right. Uh, you know, one thing is that this didn't exactly, just go straight down. Things don't go down in straight lines. In fact, we're down here in this wedge. Uh, it can be likely that we do something like this. Come back up, test around 37-ish, and then come back down here. Although, you know, up here it's about $40,000. Do we make it up that high? I don't know. Maybe we make it up to about this support line right here. I mean, let's just look left a little bit. So we're sitting right here, and there's so much trading up in here. There's so much trading up in here. Up here is about $40,000. So we could come as high as $40,000, and if we do, you can guarantee there's going to be a lot of selling. One thing is that everyone believes we are in a bear market, and I believe that as well. And one of the things about that is that because of this huge sharp decline, especially as of lately, if this thing starts to come back up, there's going to be a ton of sell pressure just selling into the pump. Just tons. Absolute tons. So, as you can see, we do have some very, very green alts today. Solana up almost 9%. AVAX up 9%. DOT up 3%. Atom up 13%. And when I woke up this morning and looked at these numbers, I felt like sick to my stomach. Because remember yesterday we were talking about this. We were talking about how on the bounce all you want to do is FOMO, and you think things are going to go up, and they're just not. They're just not. I even had placed a couple longs last night, and that was my downfall. But, let's say, I kept these longs in, and I sold them this morning. You're looking at 8%. And even 10% this morning. All right. What are you going to make? 3% with the fees? You got to remember that. That's how they take your money in these downtrends. They give you these little baby pumps, and then they dump on you. That's usually what happens. So, you got to be careful. Be careful on these bounces. You really don't know, where they're going to end up. I mean, look at Atom. Could Atom make it back to all-time highs? I mean, maybe. If Bitcoin goes to 40K, it can. And everyone's going to be screaming, bull market, bull market. The bull market is back on, and we're going to 100K, and all this other stuff. So, let's just take a look at a few of these alts. All right. So let's take a look at our baby, Solana. Solana with a huge dip and not that big of a relief rally. We still hold to our conviction. Now, can this do something like this, where it kind of comes up? Comes back to 115, comes back down, bounces around in here a little bit. I could see it doing something like that before coming down. I could. This next week, this next month is going to be very, very telling. And one of the things is that you can't get upset and you can't want to FOMO. You have to stick on the sidelines in case this thing goes like this. This thing could go back up to $50,000. That wouldn't make a whole, that would make a whole lot of sense. I guess. Something like this. That it could be something like that. let's just take a look at the overall crypto market before we end the video. Ethereum up 3%, BNB up 7%, Cardano up 10%, Solana up 3%, Cardano up 10%. Let's take a look at that. ADA, it's up 6% on TradingView. Look at these little baby pumps. This is a downtrend, people. This is because all you think when you're a retail investor is, if I caught the bottom and I come up, it would be a 22% gain. But who's catching the bottom? Who is really catching this bottom on a bad day? Like, that's not gonna happen. That's an outlier. And now you're gonna go through some chop, and most likely these cryptos like to fill these wicks. That's usually what happens. So eventually it'll come back down to fill that wick, and you're gonna see a 92-cent Cardano sometime soon. Now, I guess the real question, by the way, is do we come down to come back down to 30K? And how fast do we do it? I mean, that's the real question, is that this is not going to be a slow process. That in this area, things are going to start to slow down and start to grind out, and that is going to be torture. Absolute torture. I mean, I was so bearish yesterday. So bearish, I even set an order for Solana at $20 for $500. That's how bearish I was, because I just saw this thing coming straight down. That's what I see. I don't know. I mean, this thing is oversold on every single time frame. I mean, look at the daily. The daily RSI is all the way at the bottom. And when you see stuff like this, you go, man, there's still some room to run up. Maybe. You'd have to use your whole stack in order to make money. And here I am trying to justify it already. You know? If Solana's not going to $120, there's no point in putting in an order for Solana. You know, could it come back up that high? Maybe. You know? And if it does, you missed out on the bounce. But you gotta believe in yourself, and believe in your plan, and execute that plan and not deviate from that plan. You know, Solana is 50% away from your first target buy. You know, that's everything. And the money that was lost was too much, and I don't there's no way. And if you missed this bounce, I mean, if you were watching the charts and you did happen to put in a cheeky order, you know, let's say you saw Solana go down and you saw it hitting, you know, 80. Would you really have bought? You know, and you were like, all right, I spent, and I'm up 17%, 20%. You know, these are the bad thoughts. These are terrible thoughts. Get these thoughts out of my head. You know, we did do. Let's see, what else is good? Luna up 13%, Polkadot up 2%, Avalanche up 11%. So, no, here's the best. Shiba Inu. What's Shiba at? Let's see. Shib actually was pumping last night, and look at this pump. And then it did make an uptrend after that. Had this nice pump right here, and then big retracement back up to, it wasn't supposed to go higher than that. This kind of tells you something. Kind of tells you that the pump is over. If Shib led the pump last night, it's not breaking that resistance. If it breaks it again, you could see another little bit of pump. Sometimes Shiba leads the market. It's weird. Bitcoin leads the market, but I've seen Shiba lead the market during, you know, this whole thing. Let's see. Let's come out on the 12-hour. Shiba led the market through this whole pump right here. this whole dump, really. Shiba went nuts. So, and that led to all-time highs. Just saying. Just saying. So, if you go back and you watch the video, we did say we were going to get a bounce from here. And we said we were going to get a bounce up to there. Let's see if that happens. We would have been right. Although, are we wrong? Because we still adjusted our thesis. Maybe, it's, I don't know. This is crypto. And in crypto, patience wins. That's why I make these videos. To help me stay patient. To keep me on the course. To keep me believing in myself. And believing that these are the low prices that we are going to get in the next 9 months. And then these are life-changing prices. If you can scoop them up down there and preserve capital and have the money on the side ready to go and ladder in your positions. For example, Solana. Let's ladder in our positions. First position, $56. Next position, $31. And we already have our cheeky buy order set in stone in savings to put in at around $20. $20 exactly. If the bear market is as bad as people think it's going to be, that price will hit. And the day it does, we will celebrate on stream. If we get $500 of Solana at $20, we are celebrating. We are celebrating. Didn't seem like that big of a pipe dream yesterday when Solana hit $87. We read that article yesterday where Solana could be coming down to 70. So let's just take a look at our Crypto Fear and Greed. Nothing has changed. 11 on the Crypto Fear and Greed. We are green today. Look at all that green. We still have $2,100 to put into crypto. I had so much more. This is why I'm not FOMOing in right now. This is why I'm not FOMOing in. And I saw this tweet from Elio Trades from the Bitcoin archive. These are the days. These are the years. These are the decades. Patience is key. Patience is key. So, is there anybody in here? Nah. It's 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. It's very doubtful that there's going to be anybody in here today, but, how many times have I said this could be just a little baby pump. And then what happens is, very likely, you're going to come up. See, I still say, if there's 70, we come up to do something like that before rolling down over. I sound like a kid on Christmas. Ah. Here's an interesting chart. This is an interesting chart. So this is ETH to Ethereum. Now, what I'm noticing is that, Solana had a terrible day yesterday, as you can see, against Ethereum. But what we are betting on is that over time, this could come down. See, this is where you get a little bit, on Solana, where this could come down all the way back down to here if Solana goes down to 20, especially with ETH 2.0 coming out. Against ETH, what is that? And this is what you might want to hold ETH. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Coming down to those highs. 50% drop against ETH, where if you held ETH, you would have made 50% more Solana, if you will. So, holding some Ethereum is never a bad idea. But as you can see, when you look on the green days, Solana pumps harder than ETH, which could keep the pair a little bit higher. But really, with the best thing to hedge against a downward trend is a stable coin. Cash, fiat. So, So, what do we expect for today? Let's go to the 8 hour. Look at this little mini baby pump. People are gonna get excited for it, myself included. What do I see happening? I see this mini baby pump kind of maybe coming back down. I think we're just gonna go sideways. If the stock market and everything are in green on Monday, see, these are the bets that you're taking. You're taking these bets that everything's gonna be okay on Monday and that it opens green. And one thing is, I saw on Twitter this guy who I like. Don't get me wrong. This is crypto banter. Crypto Man ran, and he makes some good calls. He calls Phantom. He called Luna. What did he say? Stock market opens positive on Monday. Be prepared. I mean, is that true? How does he know? He doesn't know. Nobody knows. So you can't listen to this guy. This guy on Friday was saying that Bitcoin was going to be heading back up then, that the bottom was in then. He didn't even think we were going to have a bloody day yesterday. Look at our day yesterday. We had a crazy candle, the biggest red candle we had in days. The candle yesterday down 22%, and he said that the bottom was in already. Nope, Ran. It wasn't. The bottom wasn't in. So, what do we say? We're going to go sideways. That is what we think is going to happen. Sideways from here. So, if you think that you need to FOMO in to Solana because it's over $100 again, it's very likely that you're going to get candles back to the downside. Maybe it comes down a little bit lower, makes that lower low. I don't think it'll make a lower low, actually. I think it'll kind of stay up in this region right here, like $92, and then kind of bounce around in here between all this trading right here. Let's see if I can circle that. All this trading up in here. I think it bounces around in there. Just look left a little bit. There really isn't that much trading going on up in these levels, as you can see by the VPVR. That's why it could be likely we come back up to test these lows before coming back down. And if that's the case, and here's the retailer in me. Oh, that's a 50% gain. Let's throw the $1,000. Let's throw the $2,000 in there. I'll make it back. It's just not true. It's just not true. It's very likely just not true. If that's what I'm thinking, the opposite is going to happen. The opposite is going to happen. This little pump is going to get everyone bullish again, and they're just going to get dumped on. From here. And here's my real prediction. Here's what we're going to say happens. We are trying to get everyone bullish again. So what are we going to do? We're going to come back up and test this cluster of trading right here. Because there was a lot of trading back around this part right here. A little bit of trading right there. So I think Solana could come up to 116, or it could come up to about 139. And that if it hits that 139, that is a good chunk of change to test these lows again, to kind of bring everything full circle, because this was a big drop. So we must stay vigilant. We must stay vigilant in our efforts to be patient and build this up. Build this back up. We want to be back to $3,000. We thought we were going to get to $4,000 fairly quickly after things went to $3,400. We were like, oh, only $600 more dollars. That's not too shabby with that kind of money. In fact, let's take a look at what things were at then on the 20th. So the 20th, where we thought we bought the dip, here, we thought we dipped. And maybe this is why we lost so much money. Because even from there, we were already in Solana. We lost 31%. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's how we got wrecked. Yeah. We got wrecked. We lost 30% of our money. And we sold. And we sold to buy back in cheaper. So now that you sold and you want to buy back in cheaper, there is no way that it is going to be okay to put that money in. And let me tell you something. If you put in $500 down here at $20 and it goes to back to 40, you can sell your bag, half your bag, take out your initial investment and let the rest ride. So you've kind of saved your savings, or you can keep it in there. That's fine for the next bull run. You can keep it. But making moon bags is something Wendio, Crypto Wendio. If you don't know who Crypto Wendio is, you should go follow her on YouTube. She is my friend on TikTok. Look at some of these videos. I just lost 100 million. Okay. Hey, we're live. Crypto Wendio. Where are you? Crypto Wendio. I can't find her. Let's look her up here. Here's Crypto Wendio. Alright, go follow her. She's pretty cool. She doesn't do like price predictions or anything like that, if you can see. Web3 crypto gem in 2022, Jari token. Like, she's not gonna go tell you what to buy. Ooh, 100x Solana gem. We'll have to watch that. Definitely want to watch that. I'm always interested in the Solana ecosystem. She's a big proponent for the Solana ecosystem. So let's make our thesis. We did with Solana, and we're gonna stick to that. That's the prediction we're gonna make, and let's see if it plays out. And if it plays out, that's fine. That's fine, because over this time I'm gonna be accumulating cash, and I don't need to be making money in crypto in a bear market. That's not how that works. You accumulate your cash until it hits your buy prices, and then you throw your money in and you make your big buys. $1,000 in at $20. I mean, God, that is big time money. Big time money. All right, I'm gonna get off. It's been a half hour. I don't want to make this video too long. These are our price targets. $70 that we're looking for, a bounce up to $107 from there and then back down. Are we going to be investing? No, we are not throwing money in anymore. We are not. We are not. We are not. It does not matter. And we are not telling anybody to buy crypto. It's not going to happen. I told people to buy crypto up here at 138. It was a gift. 127, a gift. No. Down to $100. Crazy. So, that is going to be it for today's video. Everyone, stay out there. Be careful. Stay safe. And remember, we are in a bear market. So, stack that cash. Set your buy orders. Stick to a plan. And that's it.